Peace, good people. Welcome back to Princess Gardens Worm Farm. So I just wanted to do this quick little video real quick because I've been getting a lot of questions about overfeeding and just troubleshooting worm bins, and most of the time overfeeding is the issue. When you have an at-home composting bin, it can be easy to overfeed because you eat so healthy and then you don't want to throw away the kitchen scraps, so you feed it to the worms, which is great. But if their food is not gone from their previous feeding, that means that you're feeding them too much. So that's one of the ways that I kind of always tell people is a good way to make sure that you're not overfeeding is to check where you fed last. And if there's still food in that area, you're gonna have to either put those kitchen scraps in the refrigerator or preferably in the freezer if you have space for it. So clear out a little space for worm food so that it's, you know, not going to landfill, but you're not overfeeding your worms. So signs that you're overfeeding is a stinky bin. Your bin should not stink. It should smell like earth. I've noticed like sometimes when they're just at the end of processing through a feeding, sometimes if I dig off in there, it might smell like a little bit like coffee grounds. Even without me putting coffee grounds in there, it'll smell a little bit like coffee grounds. Sorry about the shaky camera, y'all. My arm hurts. But other than that, you shouldn't be getting like odors and stuff like that. Your bin should smell very earthy and like soil. What else? So if it's like mushy and gooey in there, you might be overfeeding. If you have like fruit flies, fungus gnats, regular flies, I guess, then you're overfeeding, and I would suggest burying your food. So you always want to bury your food or cover your food 2 inches at least. So how I like to feed is I will dig out like a little trench, you know, put their food in there. I feed horizontally, so if you haven't looked that up, look up the horizontal feeding method. I might do a video on that later, just, you know, so that we cover all the basics. But I dig a little trench, put their feet in there, make sure I hit it with the eggshell because that helps them to process things quicker. And then I'll cover it up with whatever I dug out and a little bit more bedding so that I know where I fed them last. So it basically looks like a little mountain on top of the area that I fed them in. So, if you guys can think of any other signs of overfeeding in the bin, put it down in the comments, please, just to help the community out. Protein poisoning is another sign of overfeeding. And the way you'll notice that is your worms will look like something is eating them. It's kind of hard to explain. It looks weird though. And that's not to be mistaken for them mating with each other, but you'll notice the signs. You can always shoot me a picture if you have concerns, a video, whatever you want to do, and we'll figure it out. But yeah, make sure that you are not overfeeding your worms because it can be detrimental to your vermicomposting journey. And I want everybody to have a good experience and a successful bin so that they can keep diverting their waste from the landfill. Okay, so you guys have questions, put it in the comment box or just shoot me a DM. I'm pretty good with responding, so I'll talk to you guys soon. Peace.